Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to continue the 33 West ride here. We're going to start out there in Glenville where we left off there on the last video, and we're going to ride all the way to Spencer in this video. We passed through Normantown. There's a couple small towns on the route there, but then Spencer is going to be your biggest town after Glenville that you're going to run into there. But this is actually a really cool ride. Um, I don't know. Like I said, 33 is an odd road. Like it's super fun to ride. It's a really good time. Now, from Glenville here, right where I'm starting out at, roughly, you're looking at about 40, 40 miles to Spencer, and it's going to be roughly right around an hour in that 50 minutes to an hour range. Depends on how much you're looking around or how hard you're riding. There's a lot of places here to take off and get down with a get down. Um, but for the most part, this road is absolutely awesome. Um, Now, once you start getting closer to Spencer and stuff, the road degrades a little. It's got cracks and bumps and things like that in it, but it's not. It's still absolutely a good road. Um, but here, starting out here, this as soon as you come out of town, there you got this side hillside here, and then the other side. The other side's kind of fun. It's windy and turny. Um, I We actually go down here to Cedar Creek, the state park down here all the time, and camp. I actually really enjoy this area. I really enjoy Cedar Creek here. That's a pretty awesome state park. Really nice campgrounds and stuff. I know it's riding video. I'm not talking about camping, but it's really nice. If you ever get a chance, stop up there and it's a nice one to ride through too, because it's one way in, one way out, and everything kind of cool. They got an old one story old schoolhouse and stuff, and they have tours. It's kind of cool. I really enjoy it, and all my 375 kids enjoy it too. But back to the ride. Sorry, I got sidetracked there, guys. Uh, like I said, this road here, coming back off this little mountain here, um, is really cool. It's a really enjoyable turny road, um, but for the most part, it's wide enough. You know what I mean? It's not um, shallow in the turns or anything like that. But on Saturdays, you shouldn't meet like anything. Now, if you're riding on Sunday, you probably meet some campers and stuff coming out of the state park because it's just right past the bottom of the hill here. This little farm. I don't know. There's just something about it I thought was cool. It's like an older farm. They got pretty nice stuff there. It's just one of them cool things you see while you're riding out these roads and stuff. That's I've talked about it before. Like that was used to be one of my favorite things to do when my older kids were younger. Um, just packing up the car. Back when a man could afford to just go driving around. But load up the car, truck, whatever, and head out a back road that I hadn't been out. A paved 2 lane. Right up that road there's a Cedar Creek. That'll lead you into Cedarville. And you can take that road all the way back out to 79 right there at the Burnsville exit. Uh, I'd like to get. I don't know if that's that actual route road. Um, I do not think it is, but my wife had actually come in that way accidentally because you know she come a different way than I did. We left the house different times, and said it was a really nice curvy road. So I'm gonna have to check that out one day and put it on here because I actually didn't even know that it connected, and it comes right off the Burnsville exit and comes down through there. But anyways, it like runs kind of parallel with 5 out of Glenville. Um, But anyways, back to it. Enjoyed driving around these 2 lane roads, just looking at the old farms and stuff that you see, and that's kind of, I mean, that's a big enjoyment now. I mean, I don't have all the kids with me, but my some of my kids uh, still ride with me. Like the other day, I had my boy uh, done a ride with me. I forget oh, it was 19. Uh, the 19 video he did with me. Um, but it's something I enjoy. This, you know what I mean? I've absolutely been across this road several times, but if you do it once a year, it's still going to be different every time. You know what I mean? Like you're going to see different stuff. But I think that's why I enjoy these back road rides so much. Um, it's just because the scenery and what you can see. But I like stuff like this. So not everybody does. I mean, my wife doesn't even notice that there's a world outside. So you know, I'm sure there's people that are like that all over. But yeah, this I'll probably say it 1,500 times, and I don't mean to, but this is a super enjoyable road. You can tell like the road is not rough at all; it's smooth, but it is really a good bike road, just simply because um, you got your long stretches, then you got your good turns, and there 98% of them were all clean. Uh, very little, and it was, I think it's on up here. It might even actually be on the Ripley side where you get the graveled berms in turns. Like none of these turns here have the graveled berms in the turns, so you don't get the rock kick up on the road. Like I've said many times, that's something that like that's one of the worst things. I hate laying into a turn and there's gravel in it because you know I don't know if that goes through everybody's mind who rides, but like you get on that rock, man. As soon as that rubber leaves the road, or the pressure of that rubber leaves the road, that's that much easier to for that rubber to go sideways on the road. And if I'm mistaken, that was um, no, I was thinking that 16 was getting ready to cut off up here, but it's not. I seen them street signs, but I wasn't really paying any attention. You would think the guy doing the voiceover on the video would be, but like I've said before, I'm looking at a credit card size screen here for the voiceover. I still haven't figured that out. Now this little place here, Normantown, um, yeah, the gas station is operational there and stuff. But if I would say if you don't need it, kick her on down the road. It is. It's it just looks like a few buildings off to the side. But I was looking, the camera didn't catch it again. Um, there's some stuff off to the left there, buildings and the fire department and stuff like that. If you've noticed, the 19 video, we had a completely different camera angle. That was because 19 was actually done after this video. So every video for a while here, I've done like I've had this video stored because I knew it was going to be at least three videos coming out. So, but all my new stuff from when I get this stuff out is going to be that new view. I like it. Everybody that has commented or said something about it like that view way better than this view. I didn't realize I even done it until I was actually going through the video, and I was like, "What happened?" And I started checking the camera when I was setting the camera up, I had actually changed the angles, and I'm glad I did because it turned out to be awesome. So I'm gonna be running that camera view from now on, and not this one. So, just explain, if you're a guy or a person that actually watches my videos in order as they come out, you'll notice that 19, you know 2 videos ago or whatever, had the awesome view. These did not. Don't worry, I didn't switch back to this. This video was shot before the 19 video, so like I was trying to, 19 was was going to be a quick video, so I got it out first. I wasn't sure like this and 7 if they were going to be three episodes or 4 episodes, because most of the time I don't really know how long they are until I actually sit down and put them in the computer and go through them. So I wasn't sure. You know what I mean? I'm never sure. Like I just, when I'm editing, I try to find a good stopping place around the 25 to 30 minute mark, or maybe 20 if it's the end of the video. I don't want to go over 30 minutes. Um, I know how hard it is to find time and sit down and watch a video the way it is, much less half an hour one. But I've also, and I think I've brought it up, I'm kind of just pointing out things here. It's going through my mind. Uh, I do not cut any part of videos anymore. When I first started out, when I was editing, I was cutting, to just get you down the road and shorten the video. I do not cut anything other than, like, if I'm at a stoplight, I'll cut when I'm approaching the stoplight, if it's red, I'll cut that out until I'm, back on the throttle, which is usually, maybe 30 seconds. So, but any part of the route that I'm riding is going to be in the video. It may be in fast forward, but you still have the opportunity to pause the video. Or you can go into on YouTube, and you can actually um, it's the 3 dots, and hit playback speed, half or whatever. And there was several reasons for that, and it was pointed out to me by a buddy of mine. He's like, dude, you went by my house, or like I watched this 18 video, and I was looking for my house, didn't see it. And I was like, well, that part there, your house is the only one for like 10 miles, so I just kind of cut that out. Then I got to thinking, like, I'm cutting out part of the roads that you may want to see, or you may recognize something, and like, oh, I know where we're at now because I remember that. So long story short, there, I'm just going to everything will be in the videos from now on. So but it will be in fast forward. So, but I will not cut any part of my videos out. And something else, I've never done it, and no one's ever said anything, but like the videos that I do, like there'll be like 2, 3, 4 videos, or like 20 was, I think, 5 videos. Would you guys rather them be in a Route 20, and you just start the first one, play second, third, or they're just all on there? It's not like you go down through and read, and all of 18 is like 18 and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? How many ever videos there are, I still have Route 18 on there. It's not like you can't see that stuff. So, but yeah, comment on that stuff, and like anything that you guys pick up on, or think um, would help, or should be in the videos, or I should talk about, point out, or do, comment about that stuff. Let me know. Because if like I'm not pointing something out that you guys think I should, then let me know, because I want to. That's where these kind of started at. Was you know obviously I recorded them anyways, but there's a safety thing, especially with some people that never ridden, or never been down this road or down that road, so they don't know what they're getting into, or like I've explained this before. You're There's several roads that 18 would be a South 18 would probably be a good one. um, you have a couple straightaways that are a mile long, and like you be plucking along down through there. Like there's even shorter straightaways, and you can crank her up there, and run a little bit of speed, and there's a 35-mile-an-hour turn at the end of it. In the first place, you be speeding. It is what it is, but then again, like if you actually watch the video and pay attention, you're like, I remember this, this straightaway. We got to kind of ease her up on the south side there. You know what I mean? So, if you got 8 bikes riding with you, you don't all pile up on top of each other or accordion. So, but yeah, I was literally just wanting to, um, it was a safety thing, and point out the roads and stuff, because like last year I haven't ran into it much this year, and I don't know why. Well, I mean, uh like last year it seemed like every road I went down had like a crater in it, or the state road went down through and milled out, you know 4x4 holes, and then just didn't put up signs or anything. I mean, I've actually hit that before, and I'm like, what the crap, man? But like you come around these turns and there'll be trees hanging out in the road, or a bunch of wash, and I'm like, dude, at first, a guy that's this is just got his first bike and stuff, comes around this turn, he's probably gonna die. He's at least gonna slide across the road into the thing. Um, right here's your 16 uh, off lane right there, and then it'll ride with you here a little bit, and then it'll click off up here and head south. But yeah, once again, long story short, got a little bit off track here, but that's why these started with safety. And you can thank that little bug right there that just splattered himself on my camera, because I didn't know that happened. Thank goodness he never stuck there. It's just like a smudge and right in dead center of the screen. Apologize for that. I try to reach up when I'm thinking about it and wipe the lens here and there. Um, that goes back to the fact that like I probably should stop every half an hour, check my equipment, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes like this was a long ride, and this was all done in one day. It was like an hour almost for me to get to 33. Then you got like a 3 hour ride out 33. And it's like an hour and a half for me to get home. So, uh, am I complaining about that? Absolutely not. Don't take it as complaining. But sometimes, like stopping and outside of half happening to stop, or stopping to eat or gas, I usually don't. Sometimes I do though, and uh, that's another thing. I always try to point out, or at least record. Sometimes I don't point them out. Uh, right here's your cutoff. This here will take you to 79, and that's your cutoff right there. Um, but we are continuing straight. Um, we actually covered that route. You might have to go back a ways, because that was at the beginning of summer. We did that route, uh, but it's on there. Also, I already forgot what I was talking about. I knew I was going to do that. Son of a gun. But anyways, the wide spots, at least recording them and stuff. That way, like when you're riding along, you know, I do it all the time, especially trying to look for them. Like I will watch that wide spot come up and ride right past it, and I'm like, man, I need to stop. I need to stop, and I don't. So I guess that is what it is. But it's I try to get them. Like if you guys really want to see them or point them out, sometimes I do, especially like on these extreme back roads where you're not running into many towns and stuff. Most of the things, roadside church parking lots. I usually do say, hey, right there is a good enough place you can get several bikes off. I know I've done that several times. We just passed a little octagon shaped church about 4 minutes ago in the video five. It had one of those parking lots. Like you can pull right off the side of the road and park there. And but but yeah, that normally I do try to point those out. Sorry, I was harping on that too. I don't know why, but as far as that goes, but yeah, anything like that. I don't even small stuff. If you're like, hey man, uh, did you see any of this or is there any of these on there? I didn't know or I didn't see if you passed this. And yeah, feel free to ask those questions. Um, and I'll try to get that kind of stuff in the videos because I only go off what I think of. You know what I mean? And other writers might be completely different and want something else pointed out. Right there past that little town, and I can't think of what it's called, but you can see the road right there. Kind of, it was really patchy and stuff. Now it wasn't really rough. You can see it a little bit. You know, even in fast forward, it's separated and got the cracks in it and stuff, but it's still not rough, which was insane to me. Um, you have little divots here and there, but as you know, we're in fast forward mode, and you can see, oh man, um, this stuff. So, but it really did surprise me that uh, it wasn't as rough as it looked. The road itself is actually really good, and it was, it's one of those things. It's Arnoldsburg. Um, so once you get there, the road starts to deteriorate a little bit, but it's not. It is absolutely nothing. Um, Always watch out for bridge abutments because there's not a contractor in the state of West Virginia who knows how to build a bridge, entrance and exit. Just drive down any 4 lane, you'll know what I'm talking about. Um, but on the other hand, but yeah, we'll have the rest of this video getting it. I'll start getting it worked up here this weekend, and it'll conclude. Obviously, it'll be Spencer to over to Ripley there at I-77. Now, I will probably include because 33 actually jumps and runs 77 with 77 all the way up to like Ravenswood out of Ripley. And I did record. I'm not going to leave the 4 lane in there, of course, because it's just I-77. And I did get off at that exit. I've never done this before. Usually once the main road ends, because if you're going to ride a route, you're not going to like get to 77, then go the 3 miles on over to Ohio just to ride 33. You might, I don't know. Most of the time, if you're going to ride 33, you're going to make a loop out of wherever you're going and coming from. So, but I did, and I'll put it in the last video. I got off at that exit, and it kind of bit me in the butt because I actually rode over to Ohio because 33 runs over into Ohio. And that bridge, that, Route 33 bridge across the Ohio River, they're redoing. And it was like a 5-minute construction line. And what made it worse is I crossed it and literally had to turn around and come back across it because there's nothing there. like you got to go for days to run into something in Ohio once you cross on 33. Like it'd be a good little ride. So, but I did leave that in there. I usually don't do that, and like if you got a jumper little road and it's only 2 miles and it doesn't actually connect you to the road that the route that we're riding. I don't. I mean, I'll point it out, but I don't actually go and ride it. But I did this time just because for fun. I wanted to do it. I guess I don't know. Uh, but we're. I think like I said, I mentioned we're going to finish up 33, and one more video, and then I think I'm gonna get. I may do the final. I think I get it done in one video. The final bit of 20. Now, if you guys remember all my older videos, 20 I did all in one stretch south, but 20 north out of Clarksburg I don't have. I have it. I never put it out. So I might put that out. I'll have to look, see if it's a couple episodes or whatever. But I may do it, but I got 7 to go to. I think a couple others. But yeah, I'm going to try to get in some more before it snows here. And because there's a couple of routes I would really like to get done this year. But, I think once it starts cooling off, it's going to be done. So, but like I said, you can see the roads, but it's just, I don't know. I've really enjoyed this ride. I always do enjoy 33. But appreciate you guys watching the videos. Share, comment anything, anything that you want to see, anything you want me to, point out or comment on myself, I will, within reason. I'm not, but I really appreciate you guys watching the videos. I see that some of them are getting a lot of views. Some of them ain't. I don't know how that works. But I appreciate you guys putting in the time to watch the videos, and we really do thank you. And I do hope that this does help people, So, but like I said, you guys be safe out there. Enjoy the riding, and hopefully we have a light winter. You know what I mean? So we'll see you on the next video.